This is Catherine Isabel, and you're listening to the Knife Party Podcast. I hope you enjoy it, because I don't.
Now, we are going to enjoy this meal. No one can stop us from enjoying this meal, so enjoy it! Stop crying!
We'll do it live. We'll do it live! Fuck it! Do it live! I'll write it and we'll do it live! Fucking thing sucks!
Yeah. 5, 4, 3.
How could a billion Chinese people be wrong?
Solitude. That's right. Welcome to another edition of the Knife Party Podcast. I know you're like, wait a minute, that intro seems old. That's because I have a special guest in here, Kevin Smith. Not the Kevin Smith, but the Kevin Smith. And he's joining me right now. He's on 0 Point Reviews, Suns and Shadows. We had a couple of weeks where we talked some John Carpenter. Welcome to the show, my friend.
Thank you, dude. Thank you for having me very much.
So I got to give a shout out because this is brought to you by our Patreons. It's patreons.com/knifepartypod. Remember, I got 5 kids to feed. So for only $5, you get over 380 hours of original content, and it's a lot of fun. I release not only this show, I also have Slimac Radio, which is our X News show. We also do Knife Party After Dark. And that's when the mics are hot, but the lights are off. We also do a fun little thing called Midnight Ramen. In fact, I just had Josh the Show Killer on for the first time in years, and we talked Final Fantasy VIII for like an hour and a half. So that's our nerdy pro wrestling meets Japanese video games meets whatever. It's a whatever nerdy show. It's basically a dude's treasure chest of what you will. And Kev, how do we find you?
You could find me at a variety of places. Like on Blue Sky, I am the other Kevin Smith. Yeah, so not that Kevin Smith, the other Kevin Smith.
Kevin Smith, I say. You are the Kevin Smith. He's Kevin Smith.
I wish. Otherwise, on Twitter, I'm at, what am I now? At KCS Kevin Smith, or you can find me, just look up Kev Smith. And same with Facebook, at Kevin Smith. Or you could find me pretty much on my YouTube channel, which is Suns and Shadows. That's probably the best place to find me.
And you guys got a Patreon too as well, correct?
No, we did.
Oh yeah, I remember this conversation. They were like hassling you about content, which is weird.
Yeah, I made a picture of RoboCop's Wang.
I know, yeah, the Robo-Boner, the infamous Robo-Boner. You know, what you guys should do, check this out. This is just my advice to you. You get a 3D printer and you start making Robo-Boner keychains, and you'll make $1 million.
I think we should. Like, it wasn't even horrible what I did. It was like...
It was funny.
It was the most cartoon of all cartoon, like, phallic symbols that you could get.
I think Little Mermaid, the original, has more phallic symbols than what yours was. Because those ones had veins.
Gold, but veins. Yes, it did. I remember that.
But before we can continue, I have to do a shout out to also my $20 and above Patreons, and that's Stop the Bike, Stop the Bike. What does that get you? Not only do you get to be on the show, you get to pick out, I have to stop what I'm doing and watch whatever movie you tell me to watch, meaning the movies that are on my blacklist, such as the Star Wars franchise, I'll have to watch them. Or a Matthew McConaughey movie that involves a romance. I will have to watch it. That is at the Stop the Bike level. And yes, you have to be on the show, because if I have to suffer through it, you have to suffer through it. And also, we have sweet merchandise when available. Right now, we still got some canteens or water tumblers, if you will. And we have some really cool shirts I just designed the other day where I was drunk on X. And they look really awesome. Very Friday the 13th looking. And those will be mailed to you. And we do a raffle. And I'm going to announce the raffle winner of April. It is, in fact, Nick Neo, because Nick Neo's been so what I do is during our raffle, the longer you're a member of Patreon, the more points you get to win said raffle. And then I roll a D20 or a D100 rather, and do the percentage points. Yes, I roll real dice to decide this because I'm a nerd. And you will be getting our prize. And I'm going to announce it right now. It's actually my first movie notebook. So it's a whole notebook full of all my little notes, and it's very sentimental. And Nikki Neo, there you go. And you'll also be getting a cool shirt too. And congratulations on your new girlfriend. Anyway, see, we have personal relationships with our Patreon. I even give it my phone number. So, for instance, if Catherine Isabel is listening, that's 707-373-0560. And she knows how to reach me. And Caps and Cork. So I'm drinking a delicious Voodoo Ranger IPA Juice Force that I bought at Caps and Cork. That's Caps and Cork on the borderlands of Vallejo, California and Napa, California and American Canyon. That's 21 Central Square. And they have a great beer selection. Bilingual, very friendly, 0 lines. And if you want whiskey and wine, they got you covered too. Caps and Cork is where you go to get your adult beverages needs. Do you have any ads?
Is that just down the 101 from me?
That's if you take the 101 to the 37 and then take the 37 to the 80 up towards, So, Caps and Cork.
Yeah. I can get there. Yeah.
We're talking Wolf Creek, baby. I've been waiting to do this movie for over a year, but I could not find a guest that's a scream queen or a horror fan such as me, right? So. And I really like this movie a lot, and I tried to do a review of it a couple of times, and it just never came out to fruition. But Kev, you said you love this movie, and it was on my list.
I had never seen this before.
Oh, you never saw it? You wanted to see it, though.
Yeah, this is one that everyone said, "Oh man, you should see it. You should see it." And I'm like, "Yeah, all right, independent film, whatever. It sounds good." And then when you guys mentioned it, I was kind of like, "Well, that doesn't sound bad at all." Hell,
yeah,
give it a shot.
It's really cool. I got a lot of fun facts on it. I think we should start with the show, though. Now that we get to know you, and then everyone, all my listeners get to know you. Hopefully, you post this as well, and then hopefully they'll get to know me. Remember, knifepartypod@yahoo.com. I answer every single email, and you could find me at Father Heel on X. Are you ready to start the trailer and get into this?
I am, sir. Yes.
All right, let's do it. Here we go.
Captain's log. So far, no sign of intelligent life forms.
Wow. That's awesome.
Looks like we might be spending the night.
What the hell?
Just stay in the car.
What the bloody hell are you mob doing out here? Scared the shit out of me.
So, where do you live?
Oh, I get around, Never know where I might pop up.
What do you actually do?
I can tell you, but then I'd have to kill you.
Let's play.
So this is officially a Christmas movie. December 25th is when this came out. I got a lot of fun facts on this. So I don't know what version did you watch? Did you have it on DVD, Blu-ray? Did you stream it? Like I always like telling people where they can get their media.
So this is streaming for free with ads on Plex right now, and that's where I caught it today.
There you go, folks. Go on Plex, streaming with ads. So I actually have the DVD. I got it when it came out. It was one of those things where someone let me borrow it and then totally forgot about it. And then by the time I said I was moving or whatever, I'm like, oh shit, I still have this. I should. So it's actually Josh the Show Killer. I know I mentioned him twice this episode and I haven't talked to him in like 5 years. This was his DVD. It's one of the old DVDs that has the locking clicks on the side.
Ah, yes.
And I always say this, DVDs suck now, right? Blu-rays, you open up the Blu-ray, if you get a Blu-ray today, you open it up, the jacket is clean, there's nothing there, there's no book, there's no menu, there's no chapter list, nothing. Back in the day, DVDs were the shit because they would have usually a chapter list, a special features list, and then we call them special creatures on the show. You would put in the, Dave Brockie from Guar coined that, so I stole it from him. Rip, Dave. Anyway, you would put in your DVD, or sometimes they come with two, and you would get like a commentary, you would get, behind the scenes, the trailer. Like I still have my soapbox version of Fight Club. It's like one of my prized possessions because it was my first DVD ever. I bought it, and it's got like the Finch. You could hear the Fincher and Brad Pitt and Edward Norton. They commentate throughout the whole thing, right? So that's why I always say my Fight Club. If you like my Fight Club review, it's because I had that DVD and I just like wrote down everything they were saying because I've seen the movie so many freaking times. But this DVD actually came with a full making of. I think the DVD was printed in like 2000. I want to say 6, like not long after this was released, but. Anyway, this movie was a very, very low budget and it got shunned. I'm telling you, dude, listen to these. Listen to these stats. 55 with critics, 49 with audience. And I think that is a travesty.
A little bit. I think that's a bit unfair and skewed.
Oh, yeah. I got to put on some goth music, seeing how we're talking about the movie now. So people know. They're like, okay, there we go. Hold on, just a little bit. Just tip. There we go. There it is. Okay. What would you give this?
I would have gone at least 6.8 with this. 6.8 to 7.
So we're
7.25.
So like 69 dudes.
Giggity.
Yeah.
I'd say at least I'd give it the average 7 because this movie I kind of was a little on the edge about it. Like, what am I going to get into? Because the last time someone suggested a horror film to me, it was Society. And I was like, man, Jeff, go fuck yourself.
I'm sorry. I had nothing to do with that. I had nothing to do with that. That's right, Jeff. Dude, guys named Jeff either review the best movies or recommend the best or the worst movies. Like, I have 2 friends named Jeff. One of them is Jeff Ugly Shoes. He's the person that donated the Xbox. His recommendations of movies are always stellar. And then I have another friend named Jeff, Jeff the tech that makes the show all possible. And this motherfucker, like, he's one of those guys that only watches movies that he grew up on and will not go out of his net. So it's like you could talk to him about Wrath of Khan for 15 hours and he'll just go off. Or Shawshank Redemption. You try to show him a new movie and he's like, I don't know, man. But you talk about him about Transformers, the animated movie in 1986, and he's a wealth of knowledge of it. So, yeah. I don't know. Jeff's so weird when it comes to film, I think. Never trusted Jeff when it comes to film, I'd say.
Yeah. And a good buddy of mine, Eric Fell, he's a comedian in Canada, warned me. He's like, oh, dude, yeah, it's a good movie, but dude. I'm like, why are you saying it that way?
Well, I mean, so you're giving it like a 6 or a 7 out of 10. So do you want to just say 70 just to make the math easy?
Yeah, I'm going to say 70 because honestly, this I felt was in danger of going into an area where it was going to be gross for the sake of being gross.
Torture porn. Yes. I get you.
Or like Hostel, where you have a certain type of movie for 3/4 of the flick, and then the last quarter of the film is something completely fucking different and violent.
So I think that you probably didn't actually. I think you need to rewatch it because I'm going to change your opinion right here.
I mean, the movie already changed it. Like I was
okay, cool.
Yeah, I was so pleasantly surprised with it. Like I texted Jeff, I'm like, This also was surprisingly not unpleasant, like, which is my way of saying I like it.
There's some hard watch scenes in it, but I think the movie is beautifully shot. But please continue. I really want to hear your notes as a virgin dipping their toe in the Wolf Creek series, because this actually is a series. There's a part 2, which is actually really good. I think part 2 is almost better than part 1. And I'll tell you why, but please continue your thoughts. I really am. I love when someone watches something for the first time, and I'm like, sell me on why it sucks or why it's great, or don't you wish sometimes you can go back in the past and watch a movie for the first time over again? I love experiencing that vicariously with our guests.
Like, if I could do that, since I was going to bring the movie up anyway, I would hobble myself at the knees with Texas Chainsaw Massacre, because I had so much build up to watching that movie that when I finally saw it, it was my first DVD that I bought. I watched it on my computer in college. Like it was not what I expected it to be. Most 70s flicks like that are not what you expect them to be when they tell you that they're great horror films. They are, but like Texas Chainsaw Massacre is very over the top for it being inspired by true events, which of course we know it's based off
Gene Kemper or not Kemper, Gene and
Wisconsin.
Gene. And my mom used to actually work for Vacaville Maximum Security, and she had a couple of she had Kemper, who was one of the people that was based off of Lecter. Yeah. So anyway, my mom was a custodial operations manager, meaning she was a fucking janitor at this maximum security prison, and she actually met with a lot of serial killers. Maybe that's why I'm into this shit. I don't know, but anyway.
But in Vacaville?
Yeah, in Vacaville. Yep, that's where he.
What if she knew my uncle?
Was it, if his name Cueva? Because then we have a problem. Okay, cool. Because this dude starts stalking her. Anyway, you mentioned TCM. The funny thing about TCM is I think this is a better version of TCM, because Texas Chainsaw Massacre and this movie have a lot of similarities. However, this is actually based on a real bogeyman that was in Australia. This guy is folklore legend. This character that we're going to talk about in a second. There was all these disappearances, and there's even a podcast just about this guy that spawned, and it goes into UFOs and and everything else. But it's like I think it's called like the Outback Podcast or the Dark Outback or whatever. It's a good listen. I'll find it at the end of the show and throw it in our notes. But there was all these weird serial murderers that just live out in the Outback. Texas, I can understand. This makes more sense though, because it's more like, think about it. In all of Australia, all of the population live in like 3 cities, and then you have just like fallout wilderness.
Yeah, where everything will kill you. Not just a few of the bugs, a couple of the snakes, a few of the bees.
Yeah, they have
everything.
They have like the walking spider where you get bit and you're dead, but you have a boner for like 16 hours. That can't be pleasant. I don't want to be. I don't want to be 13 again. I mean, I'm going to die. What am I going to do the whole time? Mom, save me.
I'm going to blow spider eggs. Ah!
So let's go back to Texas Chainsaw Massacre real quick. What you just brought up. So you were watching in college. It was your first DVD. I watched Texas Chainsaw Massacre when I was, I want to say 12. And I'm like, I don't know what the big deal is about. I don't think it's that dark. There's great shots in it. There's a couple of dark moments. The dinner scene, obviously, the meat hook scene. And there's the great moment of getting off of the swing set. But all in all, Texas Chainsaw Massacre is a very tame movie. It just kind of like we were talking about, like The Fog, where Toby Hooper directs this and then later goes on to do, what I think is way better is the Space Vampires movie, Life Force. I think that movie's so much better. But everyone sucks Texas Chainsaw Massacre, like, they just love it. They go, oh, it's the best movie ever, Leatherface. It's like, no. It's mankind with a chainsaw, and he's dumb, and it's not scary. This movie's actually scary. This killer is
smart, methodical, hungry, horny, and he's
prepared,
thing.
Been doing it for a while, can fix almost anything. Like, this guy lives in the outback by himself. That alone makes him scary, right?
Yeah. Or has a network of friends helping him. We don't know who. We don't know how many.
I've seen this the other ones. I haven't seen I saw part 3 once, and I was drunk. I don't remember it. I'm just being honest. Everyone knows on the show I have a problem with alcohol, but I try to keep it together. The second one is really good, and the second one actually mirrors Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2. Did you ever see part 2 of Texas Chainsaw Massacre?
Yes. Yeah.
With the radio station and the chainsaw fight with Lefty and dude, I think Texas Chainsaw Massacre Part 2 is better than number 1. There's a sword, where he's like, there's a sword fight with chainsaws, and we have Chop Top. Chop Top is way cooler than the Hitchhiker. I think Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2 is way better than number 1. Even the cover of the poster is ripping off Breakfast Club, and you got Nubbins. You got all these cool characters.
Is that what that was supposed to be? Where the fucking he's sitting there up on the top?
Yeah, you never knew that. That is the Breakfast Club exactly. They are doing exactly the Breakfast Club scene, and they came out the same year. You didn't know that? There you go.
No.
There's some lore for you. Like, hey, this is what we do. That's why I call I'm your most illustrious podcast. Illustrious means to shed light on, aka answer questions. The reason why they did that, it came out the same year, and they're like, fuck Breakfast Club. Go see this movie.
Fuck yeah, dude. That's cool. God, what did they do when part 3 came out? It was something about King Arthur, the Lady in the Lake.
When the chainsaw comes out of the water. And they were making fun of Excalibur, which I just rewatched. No bullshit. I rewatched that on Monday with my dad. We were hammered. It was great. Nice. Excalibur 81 is such a great movie. Okay, so you're giving it a 70.
Yeah.
Audience gave it a 49. Critics gave it a 55. I'm making this exclusive status of, so we have these statuses, right? I'm giving this Event Horizon status. I give this a solid 80. I give it an 80, but I'm going to jump it up a little bit. I'm going to give it an 83, and here's why. It's better than Texas Chainsaw Massacre. The blood is awesome. The gore is awesome. The story is great. But the cinematography in this movie is so good. And the music is so good. I like it how it switches off to being a found footage film at times, and it switches back to being a horror movie. But then you have these beautiful shots. So I'm going to get into it. So here's our fun facts real quick. Let me get through. Oh, it's not going to be real quick because I have like 4 pages of them. So, Gres Malone, right? He wanted to be a painter. This is the director of this movie. Mm-hmm. And he would always paint all these, like, you could actually see in this movie where it looks like a painting. For instance, the last scene where we see, just the outback and he's walking with the rifle, it looks like a painting. In the beginning, when the girls are at the beach, it looks like a painting. The shot when one of the girls' cars, her car flips over and he's just sitting there with a rifle, and you have her on one side and him on the other side, and he's holding the rifle. It looks like a painting. The cinematography in this is second to none. Okay. So anyway, he wanted to be a painter, and he said the only way he thought he can get his art through was via film. And he thought the best way to do it would be via horror movie because you could write a horror movie on a low budget script. All you need is like 3 or 4 actors. And that's exactly what he did. So the script was for $5 million originally.
Wow, that's not bad.
But they didn't get that. They got 1.5 million. And he goes, I can make it work. So he called all his friends, all his family to help out. So this movie was made on $1.5 million, dude.
Wow.
Think about that. And this early 2000s, too. This is not like 80s or 90s or even 70s. $1.5 million to have a crew working in a fucking Australia during those conditions. I'm going to talk about the conditions. That is insane. That is a crazy dedication to work.
Yeah, I mean, I know they filmed at night a lot, which is great. That's probably awesome for the set guys not getting heat stroke.
Oh, actually,
But-
I'm going to get to that. There's actually a reason why they filmed a lot at night. They didn't want to. No, they didn't want to. There was script changes. In fact, by the end of this film, the script, they would just turn over the pages and draw storyboards on the back because they were like, we don't know what to do, but we have to finish this film. And I think it helped them, actually. So, Mickey Taylor, right, or Mike Dundee. We have John Jarrett, right? He loved the script. So John Jarrett is the character Mickey Taylor, but his nickname was Mike Dundee. So John Jarrett is our main killer, right? The actor that plays him. But his nickname was always Mick Dundee because they wanted to have a lovable Australian guy with the laugh and this is a knife. They wanted to take that character like Ronald McDonald, like something that's so clearly Australian, but just make it fucking dark, but via character development, right? Because when we first see him, I mean, we know kind of what's going to happen. There's the internet. There's the back of the but you want to like Mick, right? We do. I mean, like, you're like, I would hang out with this guy. Yep. And that's kind of his charm. I even put down in my notes, he's Freddy done right. Because nothing about Robert Englund. I love Robert Englund. Do not get me wrong. But this guy's scarier than Robert Englund. Because Robert Englund is like, if Freddy
comes off as creepy.
Robert Englund is creepy, but this guy's terrifying because he's so a sociopath that he could he ropes you in, and you.
Yeah, he's a wolf in sheep's clothing.
Oh, most definitely. Gotta get because he's like. So that's what they actually said. The developers said, we actually want to make a Crocodile Dundee meets Freddy, and this guy walks in on the interview, right? Mm-hmm. Reads the script, and tries out for it just at a cafe. 2 weeks later, they want to re-meet with him, and he comes back and he's got the mutton chops, and I got the character, and he didn't break character at all during the meeting, and they're like, yeah, you're our guy. You're our guy. And he's like, all right, I'll hear from you soon. Anyway, so that's how they got him. They found him, and he actually was Andy Kaufman-esque or Jim Carrey-esque, playing Andy Kaufman, where he was Mick all the time. Yeah, and they said it was scary because they'd yell cut, and he goes, what do you mean cut? I wasn't done. And they're like, holy shit, keep rolling. So
I said you're done.
And this is a quote from him. The other actors remind me of Veal. Weak, untested. This is going to be fun. That's pretty creepy. When the actor says he goes, they're going to be Veal. I'm going to call him up. It's going to be easy. Sorry, that's my bad Kano accent from Mortal Kombat. But hey, by the way, you guys did that movie, and I'm so upset because I wish I could have been a part of it.
We're gonna probably do part 2 again. Well, not again, but part 2's definitely on our radar. So
Can I be invited to that, please? Because I have a lot of thoughts
I'm sure.
about the Mortal Kombat series.
Oh yeah, it's my guilty pleasure. Like, it's so terrible, but
Number
I will
1 is
watch
great.
it. Number 1's fantastic, and I will watch Annihilation.
What did you? Yeah,
I'll
okay.
bitch about it, but I'll watch it.
What did you think about the remakes? Or the recent remake where they have to like train and get their powers and it's fucking gay.
I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it for what it was.
Scorpion's a good guy.
I did not like the new character that they made up.
Yeah, it was pretty bad.
That was kind of lame. I liked the fight with Goro. I miss live action Goro, but I understand.
Dude, Johnny Cage fighting Goro and he breaks his glasses and he goes, there's $500. that is like, oh, come on, man. Number 1 is the best, though. And also you have Raiden played by that guy. I forgot his name. Christopher. Yeah.
Sorry.
It's okay. No, I love him.
He's horrible.
So anyway, as a painter, Greg actually wrote the Outback as its own character. So you will see a lot of scenes where there's just the Outback, and those are not just screenshot scenes to fill up time. It's actually to make it so the ending makes more sense. The harshness of the Outback, the nothingness of the Outback. It kind of is like a little bit of like Dune in a way, where like Arrakis is itself a character. The Outback in this movie is itself a character. Would you agree?
I would agree. Yes, in the same way that Mars is a character in Total Recall, or
that's a good take. I like that.
The name of the land in the Dark Crystal. I can't think of it off the top of my head, but that is also very much a character.
That's not the one with the cod piece. No, that's Labyrinth.
Yeah, that's Labyrinth.
God, that cod piece, though, man. Dude, that guy was rocking a cucumber. There you go. Hey, there we go. Kevin Smith's new marital aids. We have the robo penis and we have the cucumber from Labyrinth. There we go.
Yep.
We're going to make you a dildo salesman real quick.
Bowie's my favorite, so I can get into that. That's
Bowie's
cool.
Your favorite?
Yeah, I think so.
You would have loved my Starship Troopers review then, because Bowie's influence is all over that shit.
Oh, absolutely.
And not only that, even in the music, like the song All Is Well, that during the prom is actually a David Bowie song. I think it's from Diamond Dogs, and it's I Have Not Been for Oxford Town. Did you ever notice that?
No.
I listened,
but it
Keep going. Sorry.
The vibe feels perfect for it, though.
The bum psh, dun 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 dun. Ksh. I've not been to Oxford Town. All is well.
His his music itself is a story. Like it's he's awesome to listen to.
So, are you a big Kojima fan? Out of curiosity,
Hideo?
Yeah. What
yeah,
other Kojima would I be talking about?
I don't think there's any other that matters. Right. I'm a big Metal Gear fan.
Did you know he was banned from America for a while for Metal Gear Solid 2? Like banned. Like if you come here, you will be extradited kind of shit.
Because he told the truth? F them.
Because his story was a little close.
Yeah.
A little.
It's all make-believe.
It's
all make-believe. It's orchestrated.
Raiden, turn off your game now. You've been playing too long.
Yeah, all that. Yeah, good stuff. I was just in a real conversation about like how Metal Gear Sons of Liberty 2, you know, Metal Gear Solid 2, Sons of Liberty, is probably the masterpiece of Kojima, but it's the most understood piece of art ever because it's all talk, it's all radio, it's all... I mean, think about it. Half the time you're just watching that and your controller's down, you're like, whoa, you're blowing my mind, Kojima. I love you. You know,
those cutscenes. Some of them, like the one where he's explaining voting, is like 30 minutes long. And you're like, whoa.
Or the fact that there was more than 26 letters in the alphabet and they were edited out because of the triple S program. Oh, it's so good. We can go on and get Kojima. I just always got to ask if anyone is over the age of 40 and they love David Bowie. I got to go, do you love Kojima? Because they go hand in hand. Because David Bowie, Diamond Dogs is half of everything about like Metal Gear is based off that stuff, which is pretty crazy.
That's cool.
You like like the whole Spiders from Mars thing. Like, I don't know if you know this, when you fight the Fury in Metal Gear 3, he says like the lyrics, like, but out of order. It's really cool, from Ground Control to Major Tom. Anyway.
Yes. Okay. Yeah. And he talks about the earth was blue, but there was no God.
Exactly. Yes. I love David Bowie. Are you? So would that would probably make it so you're also a huge Gary Newman and Nine Inch Nails fan? Yay, nay?
Yeah, a little bit.
Gary Newman,
not like huge, but definitely respected.
I grew up on Nine Inch Nails until I discovered, like, really when I got in my metal phase. But I grew up on. I loved electronica music when I was like 11, so this was like, what, 1993? I'm a little bit younger than you. But I loved Bowie, Newman, Nine Inch Nails, all that shit. That was my jam back in the day.
Yeah, I don't know why. It kind of took me. Like, I was not a big fan of techno. But
it's not really techno, though. Is it?
No, it's not. No. Once you get to, like, I'm Afraid of Americans, and he and Trent Reznor were kind of teaming up and stuff, they classified it as that. But no, it was nothing like The Prodigy or anything like that, or House Trance, anything. No.
So, fun fact, did you know I'm Afraid of Americans was supposed to be on the sound? It was going to be on 2 soundtracks.
Right.
It was going to be on 7.
Mm-hmm.
And then it was going to be on 12 Monkeys, and for whatever reason, it didn't. But Heart's Filthy Lesson did make it to the 7 soundtrack, which I really do like that soundtrack. The 7 soundtrack, David Fincher 7 is still my favorite Fincher film. And
wait, they're both not on there?
No.
Oh, shit, I thought they were both on there.
I know, everyone does. Because it was the same recording session, but one of them didn't make it. Yeah, so there you go. Anyway, crazy. All right, back to Wolf Creek.
Yeah.
So, check it out. Okay. They also called this Shut Creek, because what happened is all these, or they called it Shut Creek. I don't know what this means. This is an Australian term, I guess, because all the locations they had scouted out, there wasn't a drop of precipitation, back to Dune, for 10 years. And then all of a sudden when they started filming, it started fucking raining constantly. So all the rain in this movie is real. And the idea of them like sleeping out in the tent, all this had to be, so they were ripping pages out of the script and turning them around and just drawing storyboards as they go. Because this movie originally was all going to be in daylight, all going to take place in one day. And then it started raining and got dark and they couldn't film, and they're like, fuck it. You know what we'll do? We'll just adapt. So they actually made the script different than the movie we got. By the way, they only had enough money to film for 25 days. 21 of those days in a place where it never rains, it rained for 21 days. So out of 25 days, it was raining 21 of those days.
Jesus.
There was
messed up.
Now, get this. There was not even reshoots. There was just pickup shots. So later on, like, you know, when you see them in the car lot and stuff, you know, he's picking up the car to go pick up the girls and everything else. That was shot later because they were like, okay, we need to get this stuff done and then we'll do the other stuff later. So the beginning and the end were filmed later, but the main part of the movie, act like 1.5 through act 2.5, were all filmed during this like rainstorm, right? So they had to change this script during the weather. And also, I love this line though. This is what the director said. this is a low budget film, but we got big budget ideas. And I like that because it's like, hey man, we're going to do it. We can't quit. We're already here. We're going to make the best that we can. And I think they did a great job. They even did some crazy shit. For instance, in the lair of Mickey, our killer, right? All the bones and skulls were real.
Oh, cool.
Get this. This is crazy. It couldn't happen here in America, right? One of them, it was the makeup director, or no, he wasn't the makeup director. I don't know was his official title, but he was basically the guy that gets shit done. They're like, hey, we need a porta potty. Can you get a porta potty? Yeah, I'll get it. Oh, we need a truck with a flat tire, and it's got to be a Chevy. Oh, I can get that. Oh, we need a Saab to we need this rifle. Oh, I'll get that. Their get stuff done guy brought in a bunch of bones, and they're like, where is this from? And he goes, it's my relatives.
Ega.
Pretty crazy, right?
Oh wow, man, that's
Yeah, so he had his dead relatives are actually in this film. Here goes. Oh, you're gonna love this. So John Jarrett, who plays Mickey, he didn't shower for 6 weeks on purpose because he wanted a stench. So when all the torture scenes happen and everything else, when he's in the room, he wanted a visceral reaction. Like when he walks in the room, they go, no, 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 because they know he's walking in the room. It's not like action, places. It's like they could smell him coming and get into character. So 6 weeks. So all that's not makeup. That's all him. That's all
dedication.
that honey glazed ham look he has, if you will.
Glazed ham.
Greg also said, the director, that we wanted to shoot it like half a documentary, half found footage, but we wanted the Outback to always look like a painting. So when it's inside a car, we want it to look like found footage. When it's inside the building or the campfire, we want it to look like a documentary. But when we actually see everyone outside, we want the Outback to be its own character. We want it to look like a painting. I love this. This is why I'm bumping this movie up, because I swear, if you rewatch this after hearing all these little notes and know it was on a 1.5, actually 1.4 or 0.6 or some shit like that, $1 million budget, you're going to go, Jesus Christ, this is great. So all the makeup was done because they were so broke. Someone's girlfriend failed or went through medical school, and she had all these medical books about what a gunshot should look like and what this should look like. And so they did everything straight from a medical book. Okay, if you get shot from here, this is how it would bleed, blah, blah, blah. So this movie, unlike Human Centipede, is 100% medically accurate.
Yes. Yeah. The scene where the guy gets shot in the eye and he's got no back of his head and you see the ear and gray matter and everything else. That's pretty much what happens. Like when you get hit from a high caliber rifle like that. I think granted, in this particular case, that 270 probably would have taken his head clean off, popped it.
Are you a gun guy?
A little bit.
Are we best friends?
I mean, maybe.
We love pro wrestling, horror, and guns. I mean, oh my God, we should go shooting soon.
Yay. Dude, I just got Hitman for the PSVR 2. I'm like, oh, I'm going to be Agent 47 and go with the silver ballers and go pop somebody and everything.
That's a sore subject for me because I was drunk and destroyed mine on accident.
My son broke mine, or broke my old one. I had to replace it.
How many kids do you have now?
3.
Jesus Christ, I thought you only had like 2.
No, I got 3 kids. I got a boy and 2 girls.
Well, let's not involve them in this nonsense right now. Anyway, the Christine character actually learned to drive via this movie. She had no idea how to drive, and there's a scene where she drives, and she goes, I don't know how to drive. So the director was leaning on her lap, showing her how to drive when she's trying to drive away.
So was she from Sydney?
That information I don't know. I know they're all native. No, they're supposed to be from They say they're from Europe. They say they're from like I don't.
That's right.
But anyway, so those are my fun facts. So let's fucking talk about the movie. Like, I mean, what is your I have the whole rundown here, but what's your? I love my guests to kind of like run the show after my fun facts. What's your favorite scenes? What did you love? Like, what did you like? Is there anything that make you want to rewatch it? Give me exactly like tear this movie apart and put it back together for me.
So I mean, you've got this guy at the beginning that is a little misleading. We'll call him Red Herring. You know, the guy you think is the bad guy. It's Red Herring.
Oh, you mean during the when they go to the bar and the guy's like, oh, you know. Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
so this guy makes some
gangbang your girlfriend.
Yeah. He's like, we're gonna gangbang your girlfriend, and it is misleading. However, I don't know if you noticed this. You could actually see Mickey's truck in the background.
Yep.
Sorry, keep going.
And Mickey had been trailing him since he picked up the car, and you're just kind of like, oh well, shit, this guy's methodical. Okay, like that's insane. Like he knew that this guy was going to be traveling, followed him, knew that he had the ladies with him. So I mean, it was pretty well planned out, and that's why I said at first I wasn't sure which way this was going to go. I didn't know if I was going to like it being just these fucking douchebags from the outback. But every great horror film has the same thing in common. It's got a great bad guy, and Mickey is a great bad guy. Like
so good.
Like you said, he's likable. And yeah, he's got that audacious funk about him, and he's does have that honey glazed ham look. But he is a very sociable person. He's likable. He's very happy. He'll share with you. Then he's gonna, molest and eat you. Maybe.
I was actually gonna ask about it because you had maybe right at the end. I was asking to myself when I was because I rewatched it. Right before we do a podcast, I have all of my notes, right? And I want to just watch the last few scenes that I'm confused about. Do you think Mickey's a cannibal? Or do you think he's just like a fucking weird serial killer?
I think he's just a weird serial killer. I think they just take from people what they want and just kind of have it be that at that. I mean,
because I get the impression that Mickey could live off the land. Yeah. He doesn't need to eat, but all the car. The other thing too is like Mickey like fixing the car and everything else like that's like this guy is handy, charming, makes his own booze, purifies his own water, does all this stuff, and it's like, but he's alone. Is he like a Dahmer serial killer where he kind of wants like, companionship, or do you think he's like more like Zodiac where he wants slaves for the afterlife kind of thing? Like I don't really get I get Mickey, but I don't get his like modus operandi of what is the end goal for Mickey. Like I don't get it.
Obtaining stuff,
collecting
something, collecting things, the money, their trinkets.
The trophy scene is so good when Catherine gets out. I believe that's her name. When she gets out, and one of my favorite scenes in the movie is when she goes through the cameras of all the other people, and they're like they're low on battery, and she opens it up and goes, and they're the old Sony ones, and she's watching like families coming over and stuff, and it's like. He's a trophy hunter. He's a great white trophy hunter, I guess is what his goal is he's kind of like the Zodiac in a way then. World's most dangerous game. I'm going to kill. By the way, probably don't know this about me. I'm totally obsessed with the Zodiac case because it all happened like walking distance from where I live, and I've been obsessed with that case my whole life. And this does remind. This is like Zodiac meets Texas Chainsaw Massacre in Australia.
That's true. But he does waste a lot. That's what makes me think he's not a cannibal. The dogs get fed that was pretty awesome. Where it shows people that had just been hanging and left hanging for the dogs to eat their guts. That was really enjoyable, actually.
I like that a lot too.
Those puppies are mean.
If you watch number 2, the dogs are way more involved because in number 2, even I know we're talking about number 1, but I'm not going to spoil number 2 for you. But number 2 is very much like Texas Chainsaw Massacre number 2, where he sets up like a underground labyrinth with traps and dogs. And it's like a fucking Ravenloft D&D adventure. Where it's like, do you turn left or do you turn right? Because you have like, it's almost like the Cube in a way. Like he has these traps set up. It's very, in number 2, it's like he traps them and throws them in this like labyrinth, and they have to figure out a way to get out. And he's on an intercom and shit. And there's like, yeah, it's good. I'm telling. Hey, Wolf Creek Part 2 is great. Never seen. No, I saw Wolf Creek Part 3. I was drunk and I don't remember it, so it couldn't have been that good. But Wolf Creek Part 2, I saw, and it is very good. And same actor, very good. But yeah. Anyway, continue, please.
No, I thought it had a great concept, and the movie's got a great swerve. It really does. Where you think the gal that you're following, that's the main love interest, she's going to be the heroine. She's going to be the one to save it. Oh, nope, she gets killed.
Yeah.
Okay,
No. Wait. Not only does she get killed, she gets killed like in the worst way. Dude, okay, hold on. You're on your story. On your story. Here we go. We think she's going to be the survivor girl, right?
Yeah.
She escapes, gets her other friend in who's being fucking tortured. She cuts herself loose on the zip ties. They get in the car, they drive off. They're being followed. Survivor girl's so smart. He was like, we got to run this car off the road and we'll hide. And he's standing right over him. And it gave me that Lord of the Rings tingle. In Lord of the Rings Part 1, where the Nazgul is looking for the hobbits. It was so much like that, where he's standing right over them. And they're just like, shut up. They run the car off the road. She wants to go back. She goes, we need to get a vehicle. And I'm not going back. The secondary girl says, right? But she's like, no, we have to go back. They go back, and then she's got the keys, and we got the head on the stick scene. We finally get that's not a knife. This is a knife, right? And this is when she's doing the trophies. She finds a little, like, the little Swiss Army, and he pulls out a fucking buck knife and cuts off her fingers. And he's like, I won't kill you. I got a shot in the neck. It's fine. It's just, you live, you stupid cunt. And then he's like, but the greatest thing about it, though, is she's in the car messing with the keys, and he goes, and just stabs through it. And he goes, in Vietnam, we wanted people to talk, but we want them to run away. So we have this thing called head on stick. Is what you do is, you take your knife and then there you go, head on stick. You can't run. Hey, there you. And he goes, this for me tracking you, and he fucking beats the shit up. But there's oh my god, it is so sadistic. And then now we have our secondary girl, and we're like, oh, she's a survivor girl. Psh. Nope.
Plugged her. She tries running away. Bang! Like, oh shit, that was just one shot kill, and then he shoots her again just to be sure.
No, hold on. No, wait, you forgot the drive, the Mad Max scene. They actually do an homage to Mad Max, where she's running, an old man pulls over and puts his like cup, like his canteen on the top of the car, and boom, you hear the bullet go through it, and he goes, what? And then bam, he gets hit in the fucking eye. She gets in the car, she starts driving, and then he's already on the other end, and they Mad Max like vroom, 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 vroom. And she's like, no. She's pounding her hands on. And dude, she runs by, he pulls up and he's like, dude, and then she kind of like nudges him over. He gets out his rifle, shoots out like one of her tires. Bam! She flips over. One of the most realistic car wrecks I've ever seen because it was real. She gets out of the car, and then you have him on the left and her on the right, and she's just begging. And it's like it feels like it's 15 minutes, but it's not. It's only like 90 seconds of him just with the rifle and her saying, please no, and then boom. And then we get a great shot of him over her body. And we see his jowls, and he's just looking, thinking. He just goes down and, bam! She's already dead. We know this. He sets the car ablaze, and then we mass cut to the person we forgot about. Not even the survivor. Our survivor girls are dead. Now we have the dude that brought him there, and he's fucking crucified with rebar. And this is the one scene I'm like, because I hate Vane's stuff. When he's pulling himself out, oh, dude.
Which it really makes you ask two questions. One, buddy, dude, where's your commitment to Sparkle Motion bin? Like, come on. Pull them fucking things. Get out that thing.
Sparkle, where's your commitment to Sparkle? I love that. All of my fans know it. That's Donnie Darko 101 right there. Sways dog, baby. Where's your commitment to Sparkle Motion? Yeah, but oh, dude, that scene is so hard to watch. Like, that's my weird thing is Veins. Like, it's like, I mean, I think the reason why the substance stuck with me so much is all the injection and stuff, and like Cronenberg stuff messes with me more than slashers. This movie has like a little bit of both, but oh god, he gets out, and then oh man, he wanders through the outback. He gets picked up by a bunch of Belgian tourists. They drop him off. He gets accused of the murders. At the end of the movie, we see this, that he gets exonerated because there's no evidence, they were never found, et cetera, et cetera. Yeah.
After 4 months of imprisonment, though, like, wow. And I'm sure beatings and interrogations, and I'm sure all sorts of shit.
Well, they're very liberal over there, meaning, yeah, probably. I don't know. We didn't even cover everything. Like, we got to talk about the campfire real quick. This is my favorite scene in the movie.
That was harsh. Like, I remember.
Speak on it, Kev. Speak on it.
I remember him doing his Paul Hogan impressions, and Mick looking offended as he did.
Yeah,
and then asking, "Are you making fun of me?"
There's a great scene where he doesn't even say anything. He just goes. He smiles and he stops smiling. When he goes, this is a knife. And he overhears him and he sits down and he goes, and he smiles at him and he stops smiling and you're like, oh shit. And that's really when the movie gets real. That's when you're like, oh fuck. But the funny thing is, they would be damned either way. It's not like they got themselves into trouble. They found themselves in trouble. But
right.
But that was like that one scene where you're like, oh shit, this is going down.
Yeah, he's not your friend, dude, and you just fucked up.
By the way, what is in that red bottle? I always want to know. See, I always advertise from Caps and Cork what we do, but
this is Pure Kick water enhancer.
Bullshit. There's vodka in there.
Nope. I quit drinking.
Oh, good for you.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, it's
how long?
For one thing, oh shit!
Since you had kids, or
no, I hadn't drank in a long time, and then I was like, oh god, bad stuff happened in life, and I was like, you know what? I do like being drunk, so I started making friends with Twisted Tea again, and then I was like, you know what? I need to stop this. I'm gonna start taking new anti-anxiety meds, and I want to be successful with that, so I quit drinking altogether.
So
that was probably about 3 months ago.
We are actually a very, very deep podcast when it comes to our friends and everything else. May I ask, you could decline. May I ask what anti-anxiety meds you were on?
I am currently taking sertraline.
Never heard of it.
Is Zoloft.
Okay, so that only works for a certain amount of time, and then you have to,
Yep.
Yeah. So everyone knows on this show, I am a bipolar alcoholic, and I'm very proud of it. And I've gotten off of my bipolar medication. I still drink, but I maintain, and people want to hear about it because, this is therapy for them. And I actually have a show where we actually talk about that kind of stuff. And I think it's really healthy that you should be open and honest about that kind of shit. If you don't want to be open and honest, but like I say, hey, I have an alcohol problem. I do. But the good thing about is I'm handling my shit and I'm handling my family. My relationship with alcohol comes after my family. So it goes my family, me, and then alcohol. So that's why I'm able to do this with you today, because I already covered the first two bases, which are the most important. But no, dude, congratulations on quitting drinking. I don't think I ever will, but I always give thumbs up to people that are stronger than me. So fuck yeah, man.
There's a real simple secret to it. I quit drinking and I quit smoking cigarettes all at the same time, for the most part. I smoke a fuck ton of weed throughout the day.
Drug replacement. There you go.
Yeah.
So bipolar people, that marijuana that would knock you out makes us act like we're on crack. Because if you see a bipolar person that smoked a bunch of sativa, dude, we want to fight and fuck. All right, there's no relax and chill, right? So I even talked to my doctor about this. I go, dude, I'm getting off Lamictal. I don't want to take clonazepam. And he goes, well, you're just gonna have to stick to red wine and just like keep yourself good.
Oh yeah, but there's nothing better than a good Pinot Noir. Baco Noir.
Fuck maybe, yeah, dude. Do not even tell. Oh yeah, see, we are best friends, man. We should hang out.
I'm telling you, I like wine.
I know. Well, you know what? I'm not going to push you off the wagon, but one day I will be working for another winery, and if you want a bottle for your friends and family to enjoy, not you, I will be happy to mail you one.
I appreciate that.
By the way, I really want you to see the theater too, man. You would love this. Okay, so what would you change about this movie? Final thoughts. We're at an hour. Let's wrap it up. What do you think is wrong with this movie, or what did it do right, or I mean, versus other things?
The only thing I think I could change about it is the ending. The ending ended pretty well. It left you with that question of, oh, geez, is this going to be like, is the movie going to start all over again? Like it always does in the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Like, oh, they get picked up by this family. Oh, shit, but that's the grandpa of the family, or that's so-and-so from the family. Something that's going to bring them back to the danger. And that did not happen in this movie, which is fine. But they could have just fed that legend a little bit more than what they did.
You drop some spice of hints like it's not done yet. But we did get that though, because we do see him walking through the outback. We see Mickey walking through the outback, and it's a really great shot. But I see what you mean. Anything else? I mean,
no. This is a good capped movie. It's got a great runtime. It's got great cinematography. It's fantastically edited. All the special effects are practical effects.
$1.5 million. This is a great movie. $1.5 million.
Yeah, and it's not over the top like.
It's not torture porn. It's not torture porn. It is suspense thriller. It's kind of like Cape Fear, in a way. Like that's why it is a little gorier, but it's not too gory. There is torture, but it's what you don't see. They do the thing where they don't show a lot of gore. It's you see the knife go in, but you don't see the blah, it's the knife's going in his spine because he's talking about it. It's psychological thriller. And I'm glad you like this. So you actually like this a lot?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. It was a good bad guy. It was a good story. The kids that get killed were not so unlikable or so stupid that you didn't care if they were killed or not.
No, they're all strong. Both the girls seem to be survivor girls, and even the guy at the end, spoiler alert, he's the only one that survives, but he gets convicted of murder, but he gets like and everyone in this movie, it's not stupid, like, let's run to that house. No, it's like everyone is smart in this movie. The only dumb move that they make, but it's questionably dumb, is we need a car, we have to go back. I'm not going back there. We have to go back. That's the only place we're going to get a fucking vehicle. Questionable.
No, because the other guy went to the road and got found by the car, so she didn't need to go back. They just needed to stay by the road.
That's my problem with this movie. That right there is my problem with this movie, is that they could have just waited, but maybe he would have found him. I don't know.
Yeah.
I think that to make this a better film, they should have threw the keys in that canyon and just been like, fuck it. He's going to be spending a lot of time finding those keys. Instead of taking it with them, throw the keys and just hide and yeah, like you said, like wait on the road. But in all, I think this movie is better than Texas Chainsaw Massacre. I think it is the story of Texas Chainsaw Massacre, but just done better. And in a scarier environment, like you have the Outback itself, like you said, everything in the Outback is out there to kill you. They have spiders and crocodiles and dinosaurs and fucking millipedes and centipedes and dude, there's nothing out there for miles and miles and miles. Like when he actually finds the Belgium tourist, it goes population 426, and they have to fucking airlift him. I think this movie's great. I give it an 83. You gave it a 70. The audience gave it a lot less. Can we negotiate to give Wolf Creek a 79?
I think we could do that.
We can.
I think we can do that because again, this is fun. This is rewatchable. It is
very rewatchable. I've watched this movie 3 times this week, but mainly because I was going to watch it with you. But this is an actually, like, I'm not going to say yearly watch, but bi-yearly. Like, I watch this every 2 years. Like, I'm like, I haven't seen this movie in a while. It's a beautiful watch. It is a hard watch, but it's not like Hostel, and it's not like Human Centipede. It's not that. It's got elements of torture, but it's not torture porn. It's like, no, this is a sick, fucked up dude, and this is a horror movie, and yeah, it's mainly got rifles and knives, but it is a horror movie. You can have a horror movie with guns, and this one certainly is.
Yes, yeah, it's one of the more realistic horror films you could possibly think to see.
Definitely. Cool. All right, let's wrap it up. What are we going to do next? We don't have to talk about when, because we'll do that. But what is on your docket for movies, whether it be you guys or whether it be me being invited in, so that way I can. What I'm trying to do is kind of like slide myself into your DMs, if you know what I mean.
So, like we said the other week, what we're doing right now
is Anime Month.
Yes, we're doing Anime Month.
Sorry, dude. Look. I love you guys. I'm gonna like and share and repost everything you do. Fucking hate that shit. I'm sorry, man.
Sorry. I don't like it either. We had a great guest, Gooch, on last night, and
I tried to listen to Ninja Scroll. I liked it. I reposted. I tried to listen to it, and I'm like, I don't get anime. I'm sorry, man. It's like hentai to me.
if you watched like 10 minutes of the show last night, you'll see like I am so thankful for our guest
because you don't have to. Yeah, I know. No, it's great. It's great. I could tell when Jeff is in or you're in, right? Because when Jeff's in, when Jeff's in, he's like totally DM, and then when when you're checked out, you're just like, I'm side character. I'll just be over here. I'll just drink a beer and not a beer. Sorry, I'll drink a energy drink on the side over here. But oh man, all right. But what should we do next? What do you think? During this, I want to give you a break from your anime month. Let's do something cool. What do you think? Do you have anything in mind?
I was wondering if I could watch WrestleMania with you because I don't think my family's going to end up watching it. Like, maybe, but
I mean, yeah.
I want to see John get that belt and break Nature's record.
Fuck yeah, 17. Oh, yeah. So you're with me. You're with Heel Cena. You're with Heel Cena. Oh, yeah. Dude, too sweet on that one, man. I can't.
I love John.
I love John too.
I know it's hokey, but he's such a good guy.
He's not hokey. He's a great human being in real life. Yeah. He's Big Match John for a reason. Look, yeah, he's not Triple H and he's not Kane and he's not Taker, but he's become like my wife loves John Cena, right? And my wife watches wrestling now. She watches every single Raw. She never did this shit back in the day. And you know why? John fucking Cena. He's that good that my wife watches 2 hours of Raw just to watch John Cena come out and talk shit about the fans in the front row. Like, it's compelling fucking cinema, is it not? Hey, did you ever watch...
I think so.
Did you ever watch Wrestling Isn't Wrestling?
No.
I'll send you this link. You got to watch it. It's a 45-minute movie, like movie short, and it's got wrestlers in it. It's called Wrestling Isn't Wrestling, and it's about it. Basically, the movie is to show people that don't watch wrestling why we watch wrestling, and it's got Goldberg in it. It's got Macaulay Culkin in it. It's got Seth Green in it. It's got like all these. It's got David Arquette in it. It's got like yeah. I'm not lying. It's great. But the funniest thing is they reenact wrestling matches, but with girls in their 20s. So like Triple H is played by like a 19-year-old chick with a sledgehammer. It's great. You got to watch. Wrestling Isn't Wrestling. I totally recommend it. Okay, so I am going to tell you this. All right, so I'm working on tomorrow. We are going to finish off the El Mariachi series with Once Upon a Time Mexico, and I'm not happy about it. I'm going to be doing Excalibur, if you want to be a part of that, the 1981 version. And then I'm doing Meet Joe Black with Josh the Show Killer on Monday. But if there's anything that you would like to do, throw me at your way, Kevin Smith, because I would love to. Right now, I'm basically doing this as a living, and if you have any idea and you're sick of anime, you want to get your hands dirty in some good horror, let me know. Oh, one movie I've been working on for a minute. I'm a fan of me. Devil's Advocate. Yeah.
And while you're jumping from one foot to the next, he's laughing his sick fucking ass off.
Holy shit. We might have to do this movie. Are you serious? You love this movie too? Oh.
I saw this in the theater like 3 times. I love Devil's Advocate.
Holy shit. And it's also what I say when my love of Keanu Reeves leveled up from Bill and Ted to I'm a fan. Yeah. You know. Yeah. All right. Hey, we'll talk about it. But what do you say? In the works? Maybe we should do that next week. What do you think?
Yeah, it sounds doable.
I could work
Sounds
around
doable.
your schedule. Let's do it. All right. Last minute plugs. Let's get the fuck out of here. I am a Knife Party. You could find me at Father Heel on Twitter, Knife Party Pod on Patreon, and also at yahoo.com. Where do we find you, the Kevin Smith?
You can find me at KCS Kevin Smith on Twitter or X. But best to just find me on my YouTube channel, Suns and Shadows, or sunsandshadows.com. I think we're also there, where we've got a variety of different podcasts: Nostalgia TV, Deadwire Live, The Stargate Files, and 0 Point Reviews.
And I think you made almost 0 points here. So, it all adds up, does it not?
Yep. We go off on random tangents.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we love you. Remember, be kind, rewind, be ethical to each other. I got to return some videotapes.